The Super League is a disgrace. The Super League, by the numbers, the greed of the football owners is very documented. The fans won the battle against UEFA. The architects of the Super League, Florentino Perez and Real Madrid, in debt as a way to get out of debt during the coronavirus, and Andrea Agnelli, who is competing against the revenue of the English Premier League and wants to play in a Super League so the big clubs can gain a bigger share of the revenue, so the clubs can collect all of the revenue that comes from UEFA that's distributed to the clubs throughout Europe. So the 12 clubs want to keep all of the money to themselves. Andrea Agnelli wants more money to compete with the English Premier League, is what he believes. Andrea Agnelli saying that we should expand the Champions League, play more matches in the Champions League, share the European Club Association before he resigned, before ditching Serafin, moving to the Super League. One good season. Atalanta is not worthy of the Champions League spot for one good season when AS Roma contributes to the coefficient. One bad season, minimize costs. Don't punish Roma for one bad season, is what he said. Agnelli wanted to expand the Champions League. Juventus and Cristiano Ronaldo, coronavirus, no fans in the stands, Fiat subsidizing Ronaldo's wages, Juventus in a pretty hard financial situation, getting knocked out of the round of 16 the past couple of seasons has not helped. Andrea Agnelli destroying the merit of sport. Top four is in the in the line right now. Andrea Agnelli wanted to start this league because, and I find it very fitting, by the way, that after these comments in 2020, that Andrea Agnelli's side got knocked out, lost to Atalanta in Serie A on the same day that the Super League coup began. The clubs announced their plans for the Super League after his comments on Atalanta. It's pretty fitting that Juventus play Atalanta and lose to Atalanta on this day by the numbers. Andrea Agnelli and these clubs are greedy. They do not care about competing with each other. They view themselves as franchises. So how did Florentino Perez and Agnelli get these people in? Well, 6 of the English Premier League sides right now, 2 to 3 big clubs are outside the top 4. So Florentino and Andrea thought that they had leverage. West Ham and Leicester in the fight for top 4. Tottenham, Liverpool, and Arsenal all outside of the top 4. They thought they would be able to hatchet a plan to give these teams guaranteed Champions League, Super League football every single year, regardless of finishing in top 4. So we don't have sport anymore. We don't have merit. We have greed. We have taken away games from home fans. We have moving games overseas under this hatchet plan that failed. The fans protested. They failed. It didn't matter if they were playing UEFA Super League. It's mediocre. They're in there regardless of how they finish. And AC Milan, one good year finally, 13 years without any Champions League football, and you want to be in the Champions League every single year. It is the Elliott group of AC Milan that is on top of the greed. It's getting greedy American investors. John Henry, Fenway Sports Group, American Stan Kroenke, billionaire, 10 billion. Whatever billions Stan Kroenke has. Arsenal, greedy American. Liverpool, Henry's, greedy American. AC Milan, American. Inter, Chelsea, a Chinese owners. Chang is don't have the money. Well, Florentino Perez was the ringmaster of the European Super League. Real Madrid and Franco created UEFA. Florentino Perez thought he was the next Franco to create a monopoly for the big clubs of football. in a way, the fans are demanding these big signing transfers every single summer. So there is a good point with the wage structure, but you can still reform the Champions League and having a knockout-style competition without having this greedy Super League that has games overseas. European Super League. Florentino Perez has Dimaggio of 90. He's the ringleader. Super League has Dimaggio 49. The Glazers, owners of Manchester United, the greedy Americans of Manchester United and Arsenal and Liverpool. Tottenham are actually owned by British. They're owned by a guy in the Bahamas, Joe Lewis, a greedy owner and Levy penny pincher. Super League has Dimaggio 130. Notice who the financial backers of the Super League was. J.P. Morgan Chase. J.P. Morgan Chase has the same gematria as UEFA Super League. J.P. Morgan Chase's gematria 58 can tie into Agnelli and Juventus. Juve is 58. Real Madrid Club de Football has gematria 58. Freemasonry's got gematria 58. And who else was involved in the hatchet plan to destroy the European game, to destroy the Champions League across Europe, between a close competition between three countries? They really tried to destroy the game, as we know. They would have destroyed it for good. Super League gematria 49, the Glazers, Manchester United 49, Real Madrid gematria 49. Florentino Perez is the president of Real Madrid. Real Madrid were the big orchestrators of the Super League. Notice how Zinedine Zidane didn't say anything throughout the week. Man U, gematria 49, both Milan clubs. AC Milan, known as Milan in the greedy American owners. Well, this short-term vulture capitalist group that's going to sell the club. Man U, gematria 49. The Super League has the same gematria as Manchester City. Even though Serafin UEFA had welcomed Manchester City back, don't be fooled. Sheikh Mansour in Manchester City wanted to continue on with the Super League. They signed off on the Super League. Pep Guardiola was angry. Juventus Football Club in Andrea Agnelli, the European Club Association chairman, vice chairman of the Super League, was saying all these years how there should be a Super League. Juventus Football Club is gematria 64. Daniel Levy, the Tottenham chairman, the 600 billion euros of debt for the new stadium, Levy gematria 64. How about American owners of Arsenal, of Liverpool, of AC Milan, vulture capitalist group, the greedy Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich in Chelsea, American greedy gematria 64. The Super League is nothing short of greedy. Great European clubs that don't spend but do the game right, the fundamentals, all that. And these mediocre teams that splash these money on these players, that don't too much talent, they don't work for the talent, all this. Supers gematria 79, Kroenke, owner of Arsenal, gematria 79. When we talk about this Super League, Supers gematria 25, Roman Abramovich, Roman is 25, Andrea Agnelli, Andrea is 45. The Red Devils of Man U, Devils gematria 25, Arsenal is gematria 25, Barcelona, Barca is the same gematria as Super. Barca are heavily in debt too. They are in massive debt. They're not going to sell Messi. Barcelona, the government has splashed all the money on Barcelona and Real Madrid. These Spanish clubs are in financial turmoil. Messi wants to leave. Ronaldo's not there. Well, the good guys of UEFA are the guys who weren't part of the 12 teams that formed this takeover. PSG, well, are they the good guys? Nah. PSG has $1 billion contract with bands. Actually, Qatar Sports Investments owns beIN Sports. They have a Champions League contract. They want the games to continue to play. It's all about the money for PSG. After the World Cup in 2022, after the TV deal, PSG can jump in the Super League. UEFA is gematria 15. PSG is gematria 15. PSG is going to win the Champions League. They're the only team out of the 4 semifinal teams who weren't part of the Super League, because Chelsea was part of it, Real Madrid is part of it, Manchester City is part of it. PSG is UEFA's team. This year, the UEFA 33 Gematria ties into Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich and the German clubs owned 51% by the fans. The fans own the teams. The fans didn't let greed control Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. The coronavirus was the big reason why Florentino Perez tried to create this hatchet for the Super League, to create a monopoly. Gematria in 25 and 44. Tottenham is the same Gematria. Tottenham were a part of this FC Barcelona closed shop. A closed shop is what this 12-team Super League is. It's nothing short of greed. These guys are Kabbalists. Agnelli, Juventus FC, owner Henry of the Reds, Henry of Liverpool, Henry, the Reds 34. Thierry Henry is the same simple gematria as Arsenal, by the way. But this greed was all about expanding the game to Asia, so you can play games in Tokyo, so you can play games in Shanghai, so you can play games all across the world. So you can get rid of... The club is a franchise. It's not even a club from the city where they're from. It's a global franchise. You're a franchise that places in this league every single year, regardless of merit. These Super League teams don't even have to have a so super strong team to play in the Super League. Take games away from Madrid, from Barcelona, Turin, Paris, London, and play these games in Asia and play these games in America. It is all about greed for these clubs. They see these guys care more about expanding a global fan base for plastic fans. And Manchester United have a lot of fans in Asia. Manchester United is why they're in this hatchet plan. Juventus tried to expand their fans to Asia. Juventus played Super Cups at China for years. It's all about greed for these clubs. They play these preseason tournaments around the world. This is nothing short of greed on the billionaire owners who are trying to take the game away from the fans and trying to destroy the Champions League as we know it in the name of the dollar and destroying the essence of sport, which is merit. I'm glad this plan failed. If this plan ever succeeds, I will quit being a Juventus Football Club fan if they do try to destroy the Champions League in this beautiful game.